button, and we can then actually get you via video call live here on stage with me. So use the chance to be on the virtual stage. Really looking forward to all your questions and comments. That being said, I would say let's start right away with the first questions we have coming in the chat. And Reghu, the first one goes to you. Are you ready? Let's check that first. Gentlemen, are you all there?
Of course. Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, we are.
Happy to hear you, Pia.
Perfect. Then let's do it. So Reghu, in your fireside chat earlier with Dr. Joan Bajorek, you spoke about diversity and the importance of representation for the voice industry. Can you tell us more about how we are handling this at Deutsche Telekom?
So, like I said in the talk, it's not really a secret that the voice recognition and the language understanding, technologies that we have here have some kind of bias in there, mainly because of the data sets that the industry as such have been using. And we take this really serious at Telecom, and especially looking at healthcare, where we know that there are more women employed than men. What we start doing is working with our technology partners to make sure that we use very representative data sets. And we also do a lot of testing, by putting our software out there to see if it really works for a diverse set of people. So, women, kids, and more or less really live testing it and then taking the feedback and then making it better. So that's how we at Telecom try to fix this problem that is pretty well known in our industry. And I believe we are on a good way to getting this technology more inclusive for everyone who wants to use their voice.
All right, thank you very much. I'm doing one check. Do we have a call-in user? My team in the background? Okay, not yet. Then we continue. Could I see another? Sorry, we do have one. Perfect. So let's go directly to the Zoom video line. Who am I talking to? Where do we have you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly. Welcome.
Welcome. Hi, it's great to be here. I just wanted to say, I just watched also the session, Reghu and Joan. I think it was really a great discussion also before from Bernhard. I think it's a great event so far, with even the CEO and Claudia Nehmert highlighting the importance of human-centered design. And I think, voice for me is really like the most human-centered interface in the context of of a multimodal total experience. And I also think the business relevance that has been highlighted today a lot is a great topic. We as a company, we are agency-based, focused on voice user interfaces, have somehow follow right now the vision to help companies how to make your company conversational. And I think the Telekom Voicification Suite is a great tool for that. Now, my question would be another mission that we follow. We have said we create assistance with charisma. So Joan before in the talk has said two important drivers for businesses is cutting costs and also what their competitors do. And I just wanted to see what the panelists think about a third point, which is that voice can help in a multimodal setup create a very special relationship between brands and their customers beyond basically what it can do in terms of productivity enhancement and things like that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for your question. Gentlemen, who wants to go first? Was addressed to all of you? Reghu, maybe you kick it off as you were already in the flow.
And then
exactly.
The others can join. So you're raising a very valid question there, which is, how can voice assistants go from being sort of helping you with your daily stuff and being more, as we call it, putting the human in the center. So can it start to feel more natural to interact with the voice assistant? Can it interact, based on your current moods and the emotions that you're in? So this is, I would say, an upcoming area of the technology where there's a lot of exploration happening. It's still a bit far away because this is a quite tricky topic to have. I mean, humans are great at sensing each other's emotions, whereas machines are still not there yet. So this is an area that we look into, and I believe in a few years down the line, you will start to see, if you go in front of a TV and then take your remote control, and then press and say, show me some stuff. Depending on if you're happy or if you're angry or if you're in a different mood, you might start to get recommendations based on your emotions and such like. So yes, it's a interesting topic, but I believe we are still a few years away from making this really work in situations that's not annoying our users. Bernhard, Martin, anything that you want to add?
Yeah, if I may add to that.
Sorry, let's first go with Martin. Sorry, Martin, I give the word to you first.
Thanks. If I may add to that, indeed, not only voice, but also sound is very important if it comes to interfacing with your customers. And looking at what we found out so far, especially in the customer care arena, this is really a topic which is important for brand design and for communicating with your customers. So actually, we are working with some partners to especially streamline this experience. So voice and sound design in general is really important. And so thanks for the question, because that addresses a very valid point.
Thank you. So Bernhard, now your turn. Sorry, I have to direct it a little bit so we don't all talk together. So stage is yours.
Thanks for that. Yeah, just maybe one very practical suggestion. I mean, you have seen the Cituro showcase maybe, and this shows you that if you can handle like 80% of your conversations automatically via a bot, you have the other 20% time to be really focused and help your customers where they need the individual help of your customers. So getting the usual task, let's say, to the automated bot helps you to be even more customer-centric, and therefore it's not only a matter of technology, and it might take years till it gets perfect. But in the meantime, you can be very practical and just offload this usual stuff to bots immediately, and you can get very easily very customer-centric.
All right. Thank you for that answer. And also thanks to the questions from our call-in user. Thank you very much. So guys, be brave, continue calling in and be my guest here. Bernhard, maybe we will stick with you. I have another question from the chat here. Does the Deutsche Telekom will they use my voice data for other services? Is Telekom processing all data in Germany?
That's a very easy question because it's so close to our heart and to the NDA or DNA of Deutsche Telekom. So first, of course, we do not use data for other purposes than the customers have agreed on. So it's only used for the service where the customer gave his agreement to. That's completely clear. We do process the data only within Europe. Core of the team and core of the systems is even in Germany. Besides of that, we process only within Europe and with the highest data security and privacy regulations you can imagine.
Okay, thank you. You just said very easy question, so we'll continue going. I don't want you to be too, it shouldn't be too easy for you. So another one in that field is how does the Telekom voice offering differ from the major players in the market? So from the other players. Also to Bernhard.
All right. Okay. In many ways. So first of all, I mean, as already said, data privacy is so much of importance for Deutsche Telekom that we make the utmost effort to ensure this for our own customers, but also for the customers of our business partners, let's say. So the data belongs to you. The user experience should stay with you. It will stay your customers. So this is very, very important that we secure your own customer data and touch points. Besides of these GDPR things, we give you the freedom to decide whether you want to have everything from us, like we build your experiences with our professional services, so you get customized solutions, or you can use our TelekomVoicification Suite with all the SDKs, APIs, documentation to build your own experiences yourself. It's really up to you to decide. And with our solution, you can really voicify any UI you have in mind, any touch points. So we have SDKs for mobile, for web, for every device you could imagine to make the customer feel even more comfortable, to give the best user experience, or just to gain more efficiency.
All right, thank you. Next one, similar in the field, goes to Reghu. Question from the chat again. How does Telekom distinguish itself in the data privacy field from other competitors, especially from Google, Amazon, and Microsoft?
So, like it's been said, we built our voice assistant and our voice platform with data privacy by design. So a lot of care goes into making sure that we have the right consent, we have the right processing and the right storage. So this is something DT as a brand where we're so proud in terms of upholding the trust from our customers that their data, especially a very sensitive private data like voice, is treated with utmost sincerity. And this is even more important for businesses who want to build their voice experiences with us, because they also want to make sure and have the peace of mind that the data is quite safe and then used only for the purposes where the customer have given consent. So this is, I think, being built through design and not as an afterthought, the way we distinguish and differentiate from our competitors who are predominantly, if you look at the big techs, they're all coming from US-based regulations and stuff, which is, I would say, a bit more lax than what we have in Europe. The recent EU Commission report on data privacy and interoperability, like I mentioned in my talk, has drawn a lot of attention to the criticality of processing voice data with utmost privacy and security in mind. So I think this is a really good sign that keeping the customer's privacy in mind always helps to give them the best customer experience and with a peace of mind that their data is not being used for any other purpose.
Okay, thank you very much. Martin, next one is for you. Also coming from our chat, from one of our business customers, I guess. I am the COO of a medium-sized clinic offering endocrinological-specialized services. We have 12 specialized doctors on staff and the nurses and support staff that go with that. How would your product help me improve operations in the clinic?
Yeah, if you're looking at your approach, then typically in the healthcare sector, medical documentation is a key part of what staff is doing during their work time, and relieving staff from all the tedious documentation tasks and making this faster, making this more comprehensive, and also making this more safe, given the typical handwriting of your average doctor, for example. Then our medical documentation activities really help to make this more streamlined and to work with you as a customer here to get to a more streamlined operations in your hospital. Anyway, for such an approach, it's really important to look into your use case in more detail. So I would just suggest that we start with a sort of consulting workshop and see how we can really approach your applications, your current hospital information system used for medical documentation, for example, and how this will all work together, because that's not a one-size-fits-all solution. That's something which needs some degree of customization and some degree of working together to get to the best solution here.
Okay, thank you. Next one is for Bernhard. Bernhard, tell us a bit more about what you are actually offering with the Telekom Voicification Suite.
Of course. I give a first glimpse on that. So the core of everything in the voice technology field is the voice pipeline itself. So we offer best of breed voice stack with ASR, NLU, and TTS components. On top of that, you can easily integrate your own components which you already might have. So you're not bound to the components we bring to the table, but we can also integrate your own legacy systems, your own backends, whatever is already there. It's welcome, and we can very easily integrate this as well. On top of that, we have a complete workbench of tools that it makes it easy for yourself to build your own application for your needs, for diverse use cases. Is it in the healthcare domain? Is it in the maintenance industry domain? It doesn't matter. We have a lot of tools also for, which is important, analytics, application analytics, but also voice analytics, so that you can make sure that your customer is really served best and that your voice chain works for you. Besides of that, we provide professional services to make it for you even easier to use the tools, or if you wish, we can build ourselves or together with our partners customized solutions for you.
Okay, thank you, Bernhard. Since you're talking, we stick with you for another minute. What is the additional value I get when using the Deutsche Telekom voice systems?
The additional value, we are very often coming back to the core, which has been mentioned already. If you look for other solutions, and that's also the reason why we started this for ourselves. If you take other solutions, you always fear that you lose your data and at the end your customer and the control of your products. If you use our Telekom Voicification Suite, we can make sure that the data belongs with you, the customer belongs with you, and you can really sustainably build your business on top of our platform. Besides of that, we have all the flexibility you need from a fully customized solution to an out-of-the-box service as you wish.
Okay. Thank you. I give you a little break now. Reghu, next one is for you. You already touched upon our competition, obviously, before. Very simple question. Why shouldn't I use Alexa or Google for my business?
Well, Amazon and Google, I think with their smart speakers and more consumer-based focus, I think they've been, more on the consumer side. And knowing all the strength that we have with data privacy, where it has to be built into design, we offer a much more layered approach. Like Bernhard has just said, it's your consumer experience, it's your customer touchpoint, it's your data. And this is something that you really do not get at that level of flexibility from either Amazon or Google for voicifying enterprise or business use cases.
Okay, thanks, Martin. We're sticking. Okay, no, sorry. Waiting for the next questions here. Perfect. Martin, what other products can we expect from DT in the voice field, in the voice bot field? So you already have this futuristic background. Take a look in the future for us.
Okay, yeah. I'm deeply embedded in deep space. Just kidding. Looking into the future, what we're currently doing is coming from a customer care background, heavily looking into the healthcare sector. And as we had with the presentation a bit earlier, going for a scheduling of appointments. Our trend is to move away from a heavily specialized solution, especially for the larger customers. So if you're looking at customer care, contact centers and stuff there, AI-based voice bots, chatbots, etc., are already state-of-the-art and used by all major and larger customers here in our L&X segment. What's currently missing is to provide the same opportunities and the same technology to our smaller customers. So one of our focus points right now is to extend these solutions to the SMB customers, so the small and medium business customers, to allow them to use voicified technologies as well. Of course, all the other AI applications, looking at customer care and also looking at their own applications. So that's the general direction where we're going.
Okay, thank you. So you took us a little bit in the future. We stick with that. Reghu, also your view on the future. How do you see telecom voice products in the overall market in the next 1, 3, 5 years? And what is the long-term vision, the long-term strategy?
So voice everywhere is going to be a keyword for the future. So you will see voice experiences getting embedded on different touch points, right? So it could be TV, it could be mobile apps, it could be the telephone line, it could be the web. So voice as a assistant to help you get your things done, you will start to see it more and more in different touch points. And the second key thing is multi-modality, like I spoke in my talk with Johan. So it's not just using your voice, it's a combination of display, touch, gesture, gaze, even thinking about XR and AR for the future. And voice will play a key role in this, call it multimodal experience for consumers. And of course, we will start to see more and more voice adoption in enterprises. So this is how it usually goes. I mean, consumer behavior drives enterprise adoption. And this is also an area where we believe we will see a lot of uptake. And that is where we are headed with our own Telekom Voicification Suite, is to help other companies, other enterprises, build their voice experiences on top of our platform.
All right, perfect. So the future is voice. I'll keep that in mind. And with that, I want to thank you three gentlemen very much for your participation here. I want to thank, of course, all of you out there that were so active with your questions here. We'll wrap this session up now, but you can now switch to stage 1. And we hope to see you there. See you soon.